How much?
60%.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Dude,
60%.
MGP, Ross and Squibb, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
It's the old Seagram's distillery.
Oh. I thought Seagram's was in Canada.
No.
Oh. Indiana, you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they make a ton of whiskey, age it for however long, and then sell most of it to other people. They do have their own brand, and they just bought one of the brands that was buying their barrels, and then so Penelope
Yes.
was MGP whiskey,
Okay.
and then MGP just bought Penelope.
So they just bought the process that they were using to.
No, they think what's going on is MGP. So bourbon is slowing down a little bit, right?
Okay.
And they're afraid. The conjecture is that Ross and Squibb is afraid that there's going to be less people buying their product. So they're hedging their bets by someone who's already pre-aged a bunch of their product and was doing well selling it. So now they have another brand to liquidate the product that they already have in barrel.
Oh, that's pretty smart.
That's the conjecture. Is that it was mostly a business decision, and it's smart on their part. It is.
yeah.
Like all secondary market prices are down in the last 10 to 12 months. It's still moving in volume, but the secondary prices aren't getting what they were.
Post COVID.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's good to know.
this is Rare Characters Single Barrel Series as picked by Minden, Deli, which is just down the road from us. Pretty good store. Marked up on some stuff more than I'd like. Some stuff is still pretty much line priced. Really friendly. Picks good barrels for the most part. I've had a couple of them. I haven't tried this one yet. This will be the first time I've had it. 7-year, 118 proof, high rye, 21% rye, 75% corn, rest is malted barley. Any of you smelled it yet?
I did take a sniff.
What'd you think?
I do like the aroma.
Yeah?
I
You definitely pick up the high rye part.
there's definitely yes. And some I don't know, honey vanilla maybe.
It's got a very similar aroma to that blue rye that we tasted from High West.
Yeah.
Which makes a massive amount of sense because a significant portion of that was probably also MGP.
Maybe a little citrus or floral notes.
I don't get floral. I
You
get
get
citrus.
citrus? Okay.
I get citrus. I get caramel.
Caramel.
Not quite butterscotch. Not dark enough yet.
Okay. I could see that one.
And then I get the underlying rye spice, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
All right. Here we go.
Whoa. That's alcohol abuse. Red flag on the play. 15-yard penalty.
I was red carded just
right
now.
there, sir. Boom, done. You're just done. That's it.
I mean,
Lord.
Casey.
Yeah, meatball. I'm gonna flash the meatball. You're done.
Usually you're the red card one.
Oh no, I don't spill it. He spilt it. I just put it down and go, oh God. Oh yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, smooth.
It's good. You can still taste a little bit of youth on it,
Okay.
but it's good,
You know, you're right. This does smell like the blue rye.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
It smells a lot like the blue rye.
It really does.
But it's not. You don't get when you taste it.
you don't get that.
You don't taste the
smoothness.
age on that blue rye.
Yeah, you do not.
And on this, you still taste a little bit of youth. Other than that, I mean, it's good viscosity, good mouthfeel, good finish. I'm still getting some of the finish on it,
Ooh.
right?
Oh yeah. That's smooth.
I'm going to forbid you guys from using the word smooth.
Oh, that's right. We're not supposed to say smooth.
I want to know about the flavor profile.
That's right. It's not.
It's
smooth.
not smooth.
No, we can't. Me and you, Kevin. We just can't say smooth. We have to be like, I can't taste it.
I'm going
What-
to change
what
it
was
and
it?
use a forbidden word.
So generally speaking, when people say smooth, what they mean is I can't taste the proof.
See, when I think smooth, it doesn't burn.
Yeah,
on the
you
way
can't
down.
you can't
Yeah.
taste the proof. But
this one
some
has
like
a
my
little bit.
favorite whiskey that's not, for sale for thousands of dollars on secondary
Yes.
is Stag Junior. Previously Stag Junior, now just Stag.
Okay.
There's the savory note in that I enjoy far more than the savory notes on other whiskey,
Okay.
but you cannot call it smooth.
Because it burns.
because it's usually in the 130 to 134 proof range.
Oh, so it's a tire fire going down your throat.
You don't notice it so much. I mean, you still taste, like, you still feel the alcohol,
Yeah.
right? Like, you can tell that it's there, but the rest of it is just so good. Like, the flavor profile is fantastic, right? And it's just, you don't notice it, and I don't care so much.
No.
I care a lot less than you guys do about
Yeah.
proof.
See, when I feel the devil's stagecoach traveling down my throat into my core and then igniting what is essentially my core on fire with the Satan's breath of whiskey and then it just kind of comes back up, that's not smooth to me. That's just hot. Dangerous. Good for wintertime.
All right, what's the score going to be on the palate? I've got everything else.
Oh. Oh, that's right.
I do like. So I guess Kevin is the guy at Minden, Deli, I think. I'm pretty sure his name's Kevin.
They're all Kevin down there.
Right?
Thank you.
I guess he said they started with it was a big barrel, and they started with a pretty high number of cases, and he's down to 2.5 cases.
Really?
Yeah, it's almost gone. I guess someone came in and bought like 3 from somewhere on the other side of the country.
Whoa.
How they knew about Rare Character at Minden, Deli in a town that's like 6,500 people. I don't know how many people live in Minden, but it can't be much more than that.
I mean, that's impressive. They're in Indiana is where it comes from.
Wait, what was the price point on this?
I think I paid 82.
No,
No,
that's
that's not bad.
nothing. Yeah, that's
No, in the bourbon world right now,
that's perfect. That's what's the sweet spot.
yeah,
70 to 90 is the sweet spot, I think, for bourbon.
yeah. Especially if it's not legacy. Like, you can get some legacy stuff cheaper than that that's really good.
Yeah.
But the craft stuff, once it's one person made it and another person bought it and aged it, or it was aged in both, you're talking about a pretty serious amount of infrastructure cost. Plus, you've got multiple stages of people, add in the distributor, because it's got to go through a distributor.
Right.
All those people have to make some money on it, right?
True.
So you're
Right.
seeing margin at every level.
Hands on hands on hands.
Yeah. So the price is just going to go up.
Is that the same in every state, the distributor thing?
Sort of. So you can self-distribute a little bit
Okay.
through places like Washington, D.C. So a lot of the online whiskey retailers work out of D.C.
Oh, okay.
Because they can self-distribute. And then there are some states where if you produce inside the state, there are some, and you're below a certain size quantity, you can self-distribute to bars within the state, and like liquor stores within the state.
Doesn't
It's
matter,
different
does it?
everywhere.
Okay.
But for the most part, you're going to have to go through a distributor.
Oh.
So you're going to get margin from the supplier to the barreler and bottler, which in this case would be MGP to Rare Character. And then you're going to get margin from Rare Character to the distributor. And then you're going to get margin from the distributor to the retailer. And then you're going to get margin from the retail sale. Right? So everywhere, at every one of those stages, there's someone who's got to make a percentage. And then that percentage is going to get amortized the next place into their percentage. So you're just going to see, I mean, at some point it's not worth for them to do it unless they're getting a certain amount for the bottle, which is why craft always really costs more than legacy. Because legacy is taking advantage of economy of scope, economy of scale, and pre-existing relationships and contracts. So they have a lot less work to do to sell their product.
Right.
Gotcha.
And there's, because you can take, like Jack number 7, right?
Okay.
If you're selling 100 million cases a year, your margin can be a lot smaller
Right. Because you're still selling.
because you're
100
selling
million
so
cases.
much more.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. I don't know what the number is of Jack, but for example, like you don't need to make as much to get past the initial cost of operation on each case because you're selling so many cases generally. You
Gotcha.
still have to make up all the hard costs for each case.
Right.
But all the stuff that you can amortize across the entire production run, that goes down and it makes the number that you have to sell it for smaller to be profitable.
Gotcha. See, I thought the distributor thing was just because of prohibition.
I really like the fact that I could pick this up in town.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. How much did they pay to put their picture on the bottle?
Oh, everyone gets so most places will do like a sticker or like some sort of a specialized label.
Really?
Yeah.
Like that one on the side of the bottle.
I have another one of these from Liquor Lineup in Vegas that I haven't opened yet.
Does it have a liquor lineup picture?
Yes, it's got their own little specialized.
That's pretty cool.
They all do it, and the guys that do barrel picks, like the whiskey tube guys that do barrel picks, they all have specialized stickers. They're all really funny and playful, and it's cool.
I like that.
It's a fun part of it.
That almost makes it worth buying a barrel.
Not gonna lie.
Just to get your own label.
Just to get your own label. Yeah. Like I would. How much is this? To barrel pick?
Oh, I don't know.
It's a
because
lot,
they
right?
bought it and then aged it, so they probably bought it young, so they paid a little bit less for it. It's like buying futures in wine. Because you're buying it in advance. Because a lot of the cost of something like this is also the cost of holding on to it in a climate-controlled rickhouse so that it ages. Because every year you add to that, the price goes up.
Right.
Because you're paying for storage, too.
So if you're buying it in the futures, you're like, I'm gonna buy this, but I want it in 10 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wish they could put Stone Cold on there. There's a Stone Cold pick.
I'm surprised he hasn't done barrel picks. I mean, he lives there.
Yeah.
Well, but you know,
For the record, he is in Minden, Deli all the time.
you just outed Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Dude, who's going to Minden?
Me.
Apparently, some dude from across the country came to buy
For whiskey.
not
to see Stone Cold.
Yeah, Stone Cold's way more popular than this whiskey brand was ever going to be. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
All right, you guys got scores for this?
I finished my scores. Kevin, did you?
I finished mine.
What do you
finish
got?
yours?
I got an 83.
83.
Wow, I went 88.
Yeah, I went 78.
Really?
Yeah, and I really like it. I just don't score as high as you guys
such
do.
a snob.
Hey, I was right in the middle of you two, so
Yeah. Well, yeah, you were. I don't know. I thought it finished. It didn't offend on the finish.
No, I scored every bit of it pretty high. Listen, it's just, I think the only, if
It's
you're
just-
building in an overall presentation score,
Yeah.
like we do for cigars,
Okay.
that youthful note is probably knocked it down
That's what got you, was that taste.
5 or 6 points.
So if this was
if
a
you
10 year?
if that barrel had aged another 5 years,
Oh,
it would be fantastic.
12 year.
Like mind-blowingly good. Even 3 years. Like get it to 10.
That's what I was
it'd
saying,
be
10.
incredible.
10 would be good.
Yeah.
so 83.33.
That's our average. Still
So-
pretty high up there.
Yeah.
No, that's top 10
For the way we
sure.
score whiskeys, yeah, it's not a
Yeah.
slouch by any means.
So you could buy like a 5-year barrel, and then be like, I want 5 more years on that before I'm taking it from you guys.
Yeah. Now you have to have a licensed bonded aging warehouse, I'm sure, or take it to somewhere that does, and then you have to be able to bottle it, which is a whole nother license.
You can't just pay for them to do this all for you.
You can, I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure you could, and I think that's what Smoke Wagon does for a lot of his product.
Really?
Yeah.
So he just goes around and just.
No, mostly he works with MGP.
Oh.
But he buys so much of it, I think he gets a pretty specialized treatment there.
No, fair enough. They make the bottles for him and package them and ship them to him. And
Yeah, I think so.
Are all the Smoke Wagon pretty good?
The one we had last week was my favorite of what he's done so far.
Right.
that was the white bottle.
Have
the
you gotten
blend.
the ones out of Rayleigh's?
I think that's just the uncut unfiltered.
Is that
I don't think it's a barrel pick.
Was that the
Oh,
green?
yeah.
That was the green one.
no?
No, the uncut unfiltered has a black wax badge.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's good. I haven't had a bad uncut unfiltered. I've had some that were better than others, like noticeably better than others. But he does a great job. I mean, he's not producing a bad product. Whatever
Right.
he's doing, and I think at this point, I think his mash bill is even contract. I don't think it's their typical mash bill for a lot of this stuff. And he's got a great palate. He does like the very heavy, sugary bourbon. It's not a little bit of caramel, and it's not a light caramel. It's a dark, heavy, thick caramel.
It is caramely.
Especially in the uncut unfiltered.
Oh, I'm gonna have to try that then. I like the caramel.
Oh, I should buy one and bring it in.
Yeah.
You guys, in fact, we can do that in a couple weeks.
Perfect.
All right. Anything you guys want to say in closing?
No, I pretty much recommend this right out the bat.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, I honestly, for the price point, the taste, it's a pick for me. I would give it to friends, take it to parties.
Yeah, if you're ever in Minden, Meat and Deli and they have some left, pick up a bottle.
Hey, just be like that other guy. Just
Honestly,
fly
though,
out.
if you're ever in Minden, Meat and Deli and you see their barrel picks, most of their barrel picks are pretty good. The guy's got a good palate for whiskey.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right.
That's good to know. Top
Isn't it?
tip.
Top tip. And on that bombshell. No, I'm kidding. All right. That was the Torch review of the rare character single barrel from Minden, Deli.